Ali, welcome or welcome back to my channel. In today's video I will be doing a review, some swatches and a wear test of the brand new Makeup Revolution Ultimate Eye Bases. I do have all three shades here for you guys today, so if you do want to see how these sort of swatch, how they wear, how they perform, then go ahead and keep on watching. These are fairly new. I believe they launched a couple of days ago and there were 3 of them released, like I literally just said. So we have the light one, which is almost like a white. This is medium, and then we have dark. And I do really like the fact that they've included sort of a different variety of shades in there, just because, you know, not everyone wants to have sort of a white base. Sometimes you want something closer to your skin tone to sort of mute it out, you know, so I appreciate that. This is handy. So these are £5 each, or $7 if you are US based. And what the website says about them is that they've called it ultimate for a reason. A super thick consistency for crease free perfection, guaranteed eye makeup that lasts so much longer, and that there's 3 shades to choose from, etc, etc. So now that we've got the background on the products, I'm gonna go ahead and do some swatches. So I'm gonna first do a dot so you guys can see, and then I will spread the product out. So this is the shade light, and that second dot is the shade medium, and then finally we have dark. So this is what the shades look like next to each other. I'm just gonna go ahead and drag them out so you guys can see better. So there is light, and then we have medium, and this is dark. So this is what they kind of look like. They're not the best swatches in the world, but they will do. I'm gonna go ahead and sort of spread them out. So that is what all 3 shades look like spread out across my hand there. As you guys can see, these are thick, they are creamy, they are definitely very, very pigmented products, and they are very smooth to the touch as well. They do dry down kind of chalky feeling, so that is something to note if that's not something that you're into. Some people I know like their eyeshadow primers to feel more primer like, if that makes sense, sort of like the Morphe one, which I don't like. But I do feel like the dark and the medium are very, very close together, and the light is, it's on a different galaxy, it's somewhere else, it's almost a white. So that's what we've got. So I took it upon myself to sort of spread out those swatches, and as you guys can see, it is still pigmented, that coverage is still there, and this is coming from 1 dot of each one. I did not put a lot on, and this is more than enough to cover 1 eyelid. This isn't something that I would layer on loads and loads of product. So, you know, for £5, so far so good. I don't have any complaints. It's not tacky feeling or anything like that. But this is all talk until you guys see what it performs like on my eye. So we're gonna go ahead and switch frames now, and I'm gonna demo this product for you guys. So if you guys want to see me play around with this, then go ahead and keep on watching. Otherwise, to hear my final thoughts, then go ahead and skip towards the end. But you'd be missing out, so don't do that. Just watch the video, okay? I've decided to do one eye using the dark and then the other eye using the light, just so you guys can kind of get a feel of how the products work, as well as if you need to have more than one. I do know that when I'm using my concealer as my base, if I'm using yellows or pinks or oranges or any of the bright colors and I want a lot of pigment to shine through, then I will use a lighter concealer instead of just my normal chestnut one that you guys see me using all the time on this channel. So, you know, I'm gonna see if you need one or both, because the formula is gonna be the same in both of them. So let's go. And I decided to do from both ends of the spectrum, just so you guys can see the difference between the darkest shade and the lightest shade. So I'm just gonna apply both of these with my finger, and I'm gonna put the smallest amount on, just because I've seen how a little bit definitely goes a long way. That's blurted out on my eye. Oh, and it's in my eyelashes. That's perfect. I probably should have done this before I did my makeup, because it's ruining it. That's gonna have to do. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put the light on the other eye. Okay, this, I don't know why it's spitting on my eye like that, but oh, she's definitely light. So this one's almost a white color. Oh, I'm scared. Look how bright that is. As you can see, dark is definitely closer to my skin tone. I mean, of course it was going to be, but I look crazy right now. Like, I look insane. The product isn't sticky or anything like that. You know, sometimes when a concealer's wet and it sort of sticks your eyelid to itself and you get that weird like blinking sensation. For today's look, I'm going in with the Patricia Bright Rich in Life palette, and I'm obviously going to test the bright colors on this base for you guys. So first I'm going in with this yellow shade, Never Say Never, and this is sort of going to be the transition shade for today. We're doing something a little bold, definitely not a look I've done before, but we're gonna roll with it. And I'm gonna go on this side first. That's because my hand naturally went there first. Okay. It's showing up on my skin, nothing crazy. It's not like a super bright payoff just yet. Okay, so this is how that yellow is looking after I've, you know, gone over it a couple of times. But it's not patchy or anything like that. The base hasn't made the yellow patchy. And I think it's fairly vibrant. I can definitely see the yellow. I'm going to go ahead and see how it looks on the other eye. And this is the yellow on the other eye. I'm not sure if you guys can see it on camera, but this one is definitely a more bright yellow. This one for me is sort of matching my jumper, whereas this one is more like sunshine yellow, if you know what I mean. It's definitely like, hi, I'm a yellow. But this one's more like muted of a yellow. But this side as well, also not patchy. It went on fairly nicely. And now I'm going to go into this pinky shade here, Superwoman. And this one I'm going to sort of build into my crease area. I am trying to keep two sort of bright colors just so you guys can see how they kind of come out, because I think when we do get eyeshadow bases and stuff like that, we are looking for the pigmentation of the brighter colors to pull through more. So that's why I'm not doing sort of like a neutral brown, that kind of look. So I'm just sort of blending this in here. This definitely looks very, very summery for, you know, sort of the end of August. Okay, so this is how the pink looks right now. Don't worry too much about the whole blending situation, because that's, you know, that part will come later. There's not really like an eye look tutorial really. We're just sort of seeing how the bases take the color. So this is the pink on the other eye. I feel like it's starting to look a lot more similar now that I've added the pink. That vibrance of the yellow has definitely been toned down. But I'm going to go back in with the yellow off camera, and then I'll come back and do the final shade for you guys. I would normally do, you know, my signature messy cut crease without any precision, but just for the purposes of this video, I am going to go back in with the bases, and I'm just going to use a little bit of each one to sort of map out a kind of color. This is the dark side again for anyone who may have forgotten. Okay, well, it's not super neat, but you get the idea. You get the idea. So I'm just doing the same on the other eye with the light base. They really just should have called this white, because that's pretty much what it is. It's like a white. I'm really a fan of how it dries down. That's something that I really like. Some others might not like that. They might find it difficult to work with, but definitely my sort of thing. So those are just sort of rough creases that I've done, and now I'm going to go in with one of my favorite shades on this palette. It's You Are Gold, which is this gold shade right here. The one thing that I absolutely adore about this Patricia Bright palette is the shimmery shades. I just love how smooth they are to the touch. So this is the golds on both of the eyes, and I definitely 100% see a difference. This one is definitely looking more towards a kind of champagne-y silvery gold, and this one is more true to the colour, and I prefer this one at the moment. This is the colour that I know and love from the palette. I'm going to go ahead and swatch that colour on the back of my hand so you guys can kind of get an idea of what it looks like without anything backing it. As you guys can see, this side is a lot closer of a match than this side. This side definitely looks more white. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of the eye look off camera because I've pretty much shown you guys what I wanted to show you. So we'll go ahead and debrief once I'm done. These aren't the lashes that I would have chosen for this look, but your girl's battery is about to die and I didn't have time to do all this all over again. So this is where we're at with the look. In terms of the eyeshadow bases, honestly, I do quite like them. I like them more than I had anticipated that I would. I definitely felt that they were going to pull more towards the Morphe eye base, which I hate. I absolutely hate that. It feels like a face primer and I feel like it doesn't react well with my eyeshadows. I don't know why that's the formulation that Morphe chose to go with. So I'm really glad that Revolution steered clear of that and they sort of went more down a paint route. I think it's thick, it's pigmented enough so that you could layer it on your eyes, and it dries in a way that it doesn't interfere with the color of your shadow, like it doesn't mix in the same way a concealer might. Once this product is sort of dried down and you can touch it without any residue getting in your hand, you can kind of seamlessly blend your eyeshadow into it. So that is something that I really like. The middle shade, I'm not too sure if it's a shade that's necessary. I feel like the light and the medium do an adequate job on either end of the spectrum. The medium is sort of like an all-rounder, I'd say. It might have given me that gold that I would have wanted on this, but given me the brightness in the yellow that I liked from the light. So maybe I need to play around with the medium one, but right now I'm quite content with the two that I have. I don't know if having all three is necessary. The medium might be sort of the best of both worlds, but if you're someone who does different looks all the time or sort of doesn't stick to one style of either vibrant or neutrals, then I'd say, you know, play around with them. They're only £5 each, which is another bonus. The price that I paid for all three of these is roughly just under what I'd pay for one of the P. Louise bases. I mean, do with that information what you will. I would definitely like to see Revolution expand these and have color versions of this because I think a lot of people would really like them. It performs, it does well, you know, it is what you pay for pretty much, and it's great value for money and it's a quality product. I'm not sure if anyone else has this problem, but when I use concealer as my eye base, especially with the shimmery colors like this, I do get some separation in the crease line, but with this product I'm not seeing it thus far, which is great because I absolutely hate that. It ruins the look for me and it just makes me sad, but I'm not seeing that right now. That's pretty much all the tea on this product. Honestly, this is definitely one of the products from Revolution that is up there for me. I do really like these and I'm content. I'm content, and I really hope this video has been helpful for you guys. If you did enjoy it, make sure that you hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already, and make sure if you enjoyed yourself, show it by hitting that like button. I know to you guys you might forget, but it definitely means a lot to me if you guys can hit that thumbs up button. Thank you guys once again for tuning into my channel, and I'll see you in my next video.